JB, Simon here, Explosive Action, and we are going out for some Boxing Day sale hunting. Gonna go check out JB-HIFI, 30% off. Should find some movies, got an eye on a few things, so let's go check it out. And onto the train, and off we go to the shops. Pretty empty train as usual, but a very large queue to get into JB-HIFI. And the sale has started, as you can see, 30% off. Very exciting. We'll take a bit of a walk through the shop. I'm glad just to see that they still sell DVDs and Blu-rays. Some of JB-HIFI in the city have just stopped selling movies entirely, which is a sign of the times that I am not very happy about. But this store is still going, and it still has its horror section. It's not the world's best horror section, but it's nice that it's got one. And I spy the new John Carpenter box set, which is quite cool, though I've got the films individually anyway. And over to the A to Z, well, next to Top Gun we have Top Gunner, and you know what that means, Asylum territory. Alone is something that I've been looking at for a while. It looks pretty good, so I'll probably pick this up. And we check out the piss poor heavy metal section, and it's just the same garbage as usual. They really don't know what they're doing. And look, AC/DC. But yeah, sometimes little things do show up, like they do have the new Borkniger, which was somewhat of a surprise. But it's generally just trash. I did see the new Rotten Sound, but in typical JB fashion, one's mispriced. JB, you've done it again. New My Dying Bride was tempting, but I haven't heard it yet, so I put it back down. I'll check it out. And onto the even worse metal LPs with yet more AC/DC, some Body Count, and just general top 20 heavy metal rubbish. Never anything good in the LPs here. I don't know why I bother. That Megadeth has been there for years. Who the hell is Seether? Don't know and don't care. And Korn. How corny. Oh look, and in punk there's a Whitesnake LP. The foreign movie section is still here, which is really good to see. Some shops have completely removed that. And look, it's Late Night SBS. This Johnny Toe movie, Mad Detective, is quite rare on DVD these days. Looks like it's old stock, the shrink wrap is falling off. This Creature Features box set looks pretty interesting. It is just the same Sci-Fi Channel Asylum movies that I've already got, repackaged. And this is the reason we came here, the Fire in the Sky Blu-ray debut for the entire world. Very excited. This is something I've been looking at for a while, Rogue with Megan Fox. If she wants to do DTV action, I'm not going to stop her. And this one I've been seeing around for a while, Radio Flash, and as I was looking at that, I spied an old copy of the Pusher trilogy, long out of print. I'm very happy to pick that up. And not so happy to wait in the queue. So after all that, I grabbed something to eat. And I was very tempted by the cinnamon scrolls. These things are deadly. Went into Big W to look for something for the kid. Came across these Twilight Zone figures, but more importantly, an Ultraman figure. Oh yeah, you gotta believe that came home with me. And also this cool Mandalorian figure in the old style from Kenner. Very cool to see. Grabbed a boost juice and then got on the train with my haul. And that's that. Just a quick little journey to JB-HIFI today. And I ended up picking up quite a few things. Gift cards and a bit of Christmas dosh. Certainly helped me collect a few things that I had been putting off for quite some time. And a couple of new releases as well. In the background we are listening to Octonomos, which is a fairly unknown little mid-90s black metal band that I just picked up recently. Old Full Moon production release. Very cool stuff. Now before we get into the things I picked up today, I've got 4 that I'll show you that I picked up last week at the same JB-HIFI before the sales kicked in, because I was there at the time and these were available. They are all sharing a theme. They are all terrible, terrible Asylum movies. First one is Apocalypse of Ice. It seems that the main films that Asylum just like churn out are disaster picks, and I enjoy them. They're very stupid. They have terrible CG, and they're completely not believable. But you know, I enjoy them. Sci-fi Channel type things, and yeah, this one I haven't checked out. I haven't checked out anything here really yet, but yeah, Apocalypse of Ice. The next one, more disaster picks, Collision Earth. This one's got asteroids. I mean, you can't say no to asteroids. And this one's also got Eric Roberts. You can't say no to Eric Roberts. So yeah, Collision Earth. Then we also have Shark Season, which is apparently based on true events, and that just makes me laugh. Yep. If Asylum aren't doing disaster picks, they're doing shark movies. I mean, Sharknado made that happen, didn't it? So here we are, Shark Season, Great Whites, and yeah. I think we all know what we're going to get in this one. Some poor CG and some hilarious sharks. And the last one that I picked up is Top Gunner. You saw this one in the video, and again with Eric Roberts. I think he just loves working for the Asylum. They've got so very little written on the back here that I think I'm going to be like struggling to get through this one. But hey, look, I started on a mission with these things, and I'm going to see it through. All the Asylum films, please. This is Top Gunner, and yeah, well, obviously it's a Top Gun ripoff. So they're the four I got last week. Now the ones I picked up today. The main reason I went was because I could get the new Fire in the Sky release from Imprint. Imprint is a newish Australian sub-label of Viavision, and they do these really, really nice sort of premium edition Blu-rays in the style that like Eureka and Criterion to a degree would do. Just very nice glossy presentations, extra art, and a lot of first-time releases on Blu-ray, and this is one of them. I don't know how they're doing it, but yeah, this is I think at least the third, if not fourth title that I'm aware of that's never had a Blu-ray release anywhere. And yeah, Fire in the Sky. Excellent film from 1993, I think. Definitely one of my favourite alien abduction science fiction films. And this one I can say is based on true events, at least based on true stories anyway. So yeah, very happy to get this new upgrade of Fire in the Sky. Film's been out of print for quite some time, and it needed a HD master, so very, very nice to get that. And then I picked up a bunch of just random discs. New release here, this is Rogue, starring Megan Fox. Not somebody I thought I'd be buying a film from in direct-to-video action, but you know, here we are, Megan Fox doing some kind of war film. It's got lions and machine guns, and it's rated MA for strong violence and injury detail. Apparently is a lot of fun and makes for a strong action hero. Okay, I'll give it a go. What I didn't mention actually is that this sale was 30% off, and yeah, that made a lot of these things quite cheap even for new releases, so happy to check out Rogue, see what that's like. A few smaller indie type films here. This one is Radio Flash. This one looks pretty interesting. Post-apocalyptic science fiction, and something to do with virtual reality, and yeah, it just sounded fairly interesting, and the cover looked really cool. So very cheap. I think this was like $11 or something in the discounts. So yeah, check out Radio Flash. It's got a big bear on the back, so that's always something. Very cool. This one I've been reading about a little bit. This is Alone, another zombie type film. It's yeah, well, that's what I understand it is. Anyway, it's got Donald Sutherland, which is pretty cool, but it's an Donald Sutherland, so I imagine it's a small role. But yeah, sort of an isolationist take where the zombies all come to them. So kind of reads a bit like Night of the Living Dead. So yeah, we'll see how Alone is. Looks interesting. And this one was just one of those things I tripped over when I was there that I was very surprised by, because it's been out of print for ages. This is the Pusher trilogy from Nicholas Refn. Yeah, I was curious about these films for like a decade or so, and I always knew that we had this local set that has the 3 films and then another one called Gambler, but it went out of print and became quite hard to find. There you go, multiple discs, so individual discs for each film, which is nice. And then I saw that, as you saw in the video, just sitting there on the shelf, and the plastic was tattered. It had obviously escaped being returned to the manufacturer. So yeah, I don't know how I'd never noticed it there before, probably never looked for it, but I wasn't looking for it today either, just sort of tripped over it. So there you go, I'm pretty happy to pick up the Pusher trilogy plus Gambler on a nice little set that was came down to, again, I think $11 with the sale. So very cool for something that's out of print. And as you can see, I got 3 box sets, playing some serious catch up here. Game of Thrones box set, everybody knows this series. I was a big fan last season. Well, we can talk about that, but anyway, overall, very strong television, and yeah, I was waiting for the price of the box set to get reasonable, and now it is. So there you go, there's the Blu-rays. One of them's in the player at the moment, so that's why it's looking a little light in here, and here I am trying to re-sleeve on camera, so we just won't do that. Anyway, that's the set. Pretty simple box, but it was just a nice way to get all the Blu-rays cheap, and man, does it look better on Blu than it did on streaming, I can tell you that for sure. Another in the I should have bought this a decade ago, why never did I, the Stargate Atlantis DVD set. I'm aware there's a Blu-ray set, but this was there and it's cheap, and it's fine. I don't need to go Blu-ray for this. I've got SG-1 on DVD, so it's fine. It all links up anyway. Great series, kind of cancelled before it really could have finished up of its own accord, and yeah, just a multiple DVD set, individual cases, like so. That's about it really, just playing catch up and getting this for a very good price. I think it was about $45 in the end, which is what I was really hoping to pay for this eventually. 26 disc set Stargate Atlantis. And lastly, the big saving was the complete X-Files. Grew up with the X-Files, loved the X-Files, seen it countless times. And then this Blu-ray set was announced about 2 years ago, and it retailed originally for something like $400, disgusting price. And I laughed and I ignored it. I saw it list on the UK websites cheaper. I still ignored it. Then it dropped in price here and I ignored it. And eventually it dropped to $179 and then 30% off. So I ended up paying $125 for the complete set on Blu-ray, which is what I wanted to pay, something around about the $100 mark. So I finally caved in and got it. Just a cheap box, so again, not too fussed about the actual box, but what we get is nice Blu-ray sets, showing them backwards. There you go, like so. Just nicely presented, and yeah, complete series of what's been created so far. So the original 9 seasons, and then season 10 and 11, the shorter seasons. 60 Blu-rays in this set for $125 or whatever I paid. So yes, that is what I picked up today and last week. Hope you all enjoyed, and thank you for watching.